Welcome. Can you believe it is July 2nd? I am Jennifer Kirk. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator from Guelph, Ontario. I forgot to put my phone on Do Not Disturb, so hopefully nobody calls. For all of you Canadian folks, I hope you had a wonderful Canada Day. And for anybody in the US, I hope you have a happy July 4th on Friday. Yeah, so I skipped off work. I just jumped over. I have to go back to work, so it's going to be a quick card tonight, and I'm going to show you one of my I like the card. I think it's really cute and it's simple and it's easy, and let's turn you down. I'm actually got to find the stamps. Here it is. Okay, so let me go down to my screen on my desktop. Hopefully it's straight. All right, so I'm using this Feathered Fun stamp set. I love birds, and one of my favorite things to do when we're at the trailer is to take my coffee outside on the front porch. So we have there's so many birds there, and I just sit and I have my coffee and I just listen to the birds, and it's just a perfect start to a wonderful day. So when I saw this, I'm like, I have to get this. So let's get started. This is the card that we are going to make. Okay, I'm going to change up the sentiment a little bit, I hope. Where did I put the stamp sets? I had gotten them out. Here they are. We're going to change it up a little bit. I'm going to put a different sentiment on, but it's really just, it's not neat. Just super simple, but a really cute card. So I'm using basic beige instead of a white. I just thought it looked really good with the designer series paper. We're going to switch up this paper a little bit. This might be a little dark, but we'll see what it looks like. This is from the Gallery Blooms designer series paper, and it's just perfect to go with this kind of card here. So I've cut out and colored two birds, so we'll just color one together so you don't have to sit here and watch me color. When I use Memento ink, I don't get a really dark transfer. So I saw Ange McKay take our basic white stamp pad. It comes empty, so there's no ink on it, and our Memento refills, and I just made my own stamp pad. And it works really well when you want a stamped image that is very dark. And it hardly took any ink at all on here. Which way do I want my bird? Yeah, I want my bird going this way. Okay, so I'm just going to ink up. We're gonna see how rich that is. Here, I'll clean this off and I'll show you the difference. Just give me 1 second. I'll show you the difference if I use my Memento compared to this. So let me get that cleaned off, get all my little bits off. Okay, and then I'll grab a Memento. Let me shut this before I end up in it. Okay, look at the difference. And this is a juicy one because I just redid it. Okay, do you see the difference? This one I would have to almost go back in and color just to get it a little bit darker. Okay, so I wanted it a really dark, rich one, so I used the Stampin' Up! Basic white and did that. All right, if you guys are here watching, let me know where you're watching from. I've been having trouble with Facebook. It hasn't been working lately. Let me know if I am live. Leave a comment. I appreciate hearing from you. Okay, so we're going to color in our bird. Hopefully, I don't know if you guys can hear Millie upstairs. She is playing with a squeaky toy. Okay, so I've got light and dark smoky slate. I also have a SU 900, so that's in the light natural tones. And then I also have our bronze marker. So I'm going to use these 4 colors. And I'm going to put my glasses on if I can find them so I can see. Oh, where are they? Oh no. Okay, I'm going to be going blind here. Here they are. Ah, these old eyes, eh? Especially tired at the end of the day. Okay, so I'm coming in. I'm going to start off with my dark, actually. So I have my dark smoky slate, and I like to use the bullet tip. And I'm just going to try and imagine where I think these, the feathers will be kind of overlapping. Okay, so I want to put my shadow where I think it's going to be, like this one is going to be underneath, that one's going to be underneath, that's underneath. I'm going to do part of them. What's happening here? Do dark here and dark there. And dark here. Okay, and then I'm going to come in with my mid-tone. Hi, Susan! Yay! It's Facebook is working tonight. I don't know what I did. I must have held my tongue in the right way when I signed on, because it hasn't worked for the last couple of weeks. Watch, YouTube probably isn't working now. Okay, so I'm just going to come in. This is my light smoky slate. I'm just going to do that. I'm going to come back in with my dark. So I imagine this will be shadowed under here. This one is underneath. This one is underneath. This one is underneath. And then we have some shadow there. Okay, and then I'm going to come back in. This is the light smoky slate. I'm going to extend that gray out, leave some highlights. I'm going to use white as my highlights here. Okay, and come back in with the dark. It's such a beautiful weekend in Fergus this week, although the mosquitoes were, well, I'm just outside of Fergus where our trailer is at Bellwood, but the mosquitoes were horrible. Okay, I'm going to do the beak. And actually, I forgot these guys' beaks, so let's pull these in and do that. Okay, I think that's all I want from the light. So now I'm going to bring in some of the ivory, and I'm just going to add some ivory in here, a little bit in the leaves, in the leaves. Wrong organism there, Jen. A little bit in the face. Okay, and then I'll bring a little bit of brown, a little bit of the bronze, and just add touches here and there, not a lot. Okay, see how easy that is? Cute. Okay, so now, make sure my lids are on before it all evaporates. We just have to fussy cut this out because there are no dies. This is just a stamp set. So let's do that. We can put that over there. And so what I'm doing is, you'll see me, I'm moving my paper. I'm not moving my scissors. Okay, my paper is what I'm moving. It just gives you a little bit more control over, oops, what you're doing. Although it is late at night, so forgive my paper cutting. It's been one of those, I took an extra long weekend this weekend, with Canada Day being on a Tuesday and me having to use up holidays at work. So it was really hard to go back to work today. I could have had an extra day or a week of holidays. Okay, there we go. Our birdies are done. Woohoo! So now I'm going to bring in my trimmer. Grab my trimmer. And we are going to cut up our designer series paper. So I want to decide which, let me just zoom out a little bit. This is a bit close. Now you can see my mess on my desk. Okay, so what we want is we want a piece that is 2.5 by 4. So 4 this way, 2.5 this way. So that would be, and I need 2 pieces. So that would be 5, right? 2.5 plus 2.5 is 5 inches. So I'm just going to cut 1 inch off here. And then I want 4 inches. So what I want to do is, do I want mostly landscape or do I want some of the cloudy sky? I think I want mostly landscape, but I will do a little bit more of the sky. So I'm going to waste a bit of paper here. So I'm going to cut that off and then I'm going to put this to 4. And let me just cut that off. Okay. So now I have that and I'm just going to cut that into 2.5. So I just picked kind of what part of the card of the designer series paper that I wanted to be on my, oh, I still need my trimmer. I need my scoring. So what we have here is my card base and I'm using basic beige. So this is just 1 piece of cardstock cut in half. Okay. So that's what, 4 1/4 by 11. And I'm going to score that in half. So I'm going to score it at 5.5. Okay, and then I'm going to score it in half again, and that would be half of 5.5 is 2 3/4. So I'm going to just do that and give that a score. All right, now I'm done with this. Okay, so I'm going to bring in my bone folder. I'm just going to fold this over. I'm going to make sure my lines, because sometimes you're not perfect with your folding. So before I burnish it, I'm just going to line it up, and then I'm going to fold this one back on itself. Okay. Oh no, I got glue on it. So that is our card base. Okay, super simple. Now we've got our pieces here. I've got 2 pieces of basic beige. This is 2 1/4 by 4 1/4. And then I have 2 pieces of Mossy Meadow. And these are 2.5 by 4.5. So they're a little bit bigger. And those go on top of each other, just like that. So these are my layers. Okay. This one I'm going to stamp on, the one on the inside. And then I have a basic beige label, which we are going to, I'm actually doing a retirement card. So this is an oldie. It is no longer available, but I realized that I don't have a current retirement sentiment, so I have to use this. And it's, my boys are fishermen, so I would never be getting rid of that. So what I do is I line up my sentiment on my grid paper here, so it's in a straight line, and then I just put this down and then I get it mounted straight. Okay, and then I'm going to grab my Mossy Meadow. So how are you guys? What did you do for Canada Day? Did you go visiting, Susan? All right, so I'm stamping my happy retirement in Mossy Meadow, just like that. And I don't have the inside sentiment here. Okay, let me grab my other sentiment that I want. Time to celebrate. Happy retirement. It's time to celebrate. New chapter of your life. How exciting is that? So I have a bunch of die cuts here. Okay. These leaves are from Let me see if I can remember. I left them out so that I would know. They are from Thankful Garden. And then the branch is from Delightful Wishes. Okay. So I just die cut these out. This is an old olive. This is in pecan pie. And I'm going to glue this down. Pansame? What's that? Is that what you did on the weekend? I'm probably not reading that right because I don't have my glasses on and the screen's far away from me. Okay. And then we're just going to glue this. I'm putting my birdies on here. I'm putting two of my birdies here looking at each other. So I got to decide, do I want my branch coming down this way? Yeah, I want my birds like that. Oh my goodness, squeaker. I hope it's not bothering you guys. Millie's having fun with her toys. And then I'll put that one just like that. And then I'll put the birdie on top. Isn't that cute? Oh, pancake breakfast. And then the Canada Day Parade in Elora. Oh, that sounds like a wonderful day. That sounds wonderful. We actually didn't, we celebrated on the weekend. We had fireworks at the park. Yesterday we just worked. We're going on holidays soon. So we had lots that we had to do. So we spent the day getting ready for holidays, which is okay. Although yours sounds a much funner day. We normally go to my girlfriend's. She has a pool party every Canada Day, but this is the first year in I don't know how many years that she didn't host it. She actually was traveling, so it's like, huh, what are we gonna do for Canada Day? It was very strange. Okay, and then we're going to stick this one. I'm just going to tuck this stem under so it's not all that obvious. Let's stick those just like that. We are going to our cabin. So we have a cabin. It's very rustic. There is no electricity. There is no running water. And the best part is there is no cell coverage. So work cannot find me. I could completely unplug. So I'm very excited. It's on a lake. It's so peaceful. It's my happy place. Okay, so that's that. So now what we're going to do is we're going to stick our designer series paper in. So I want one here and one here. Doesn't matter which way it goes, although let's make a scene. Which way did it go? It went this way. Okay, so this is going on the front. So there won't be videos for a couple of weeks. Just the week before and the weeks that we're away. I won't have a chance to pop on. Okay, we're just going to stick that just like that. So then what we're going to do is we're going to take this one and we are going to stick this down. I want it centered and I want it centered here. So I'm going to look, I want equal border here, and equal border here and here. And so you only want to put adhesive on this half of it, okay? So the half that I have my fingers on, so I'm going to put some adhesive. We are going to line it up. Okay, that looks about right. I'm not over the camera, so hopefully it looks okay. Just like that. And then we're going to take our label and we're going to stick it just like that. You could pop it up, but it is pretty thick. I have lots of layers going on here. So I'm just gonna do that, stick it underneath the leaf. What do you think? Neat? Okay, so now we're gonna do some stamping on here. I need to get my sentiment out. So let me put my bird over there, and we're gonna do time to celebrate. I can only dream of retirement. It is so far away from me. Okay, my stamp needs to be cleaned. It's not sticking very well. So, knowing me, it's going to fall off of my block onto my paper and make a mess. Okay, and then I'm just going to stick this right in the middle. Oops, I got a dog hair on there. And then we can glue this down. I'm going to actually use, because I'm going to be writing on here, I don't want to see glue marks. So I'm going to use my seal. Has your order arrived, Susan? I hope so. Mine hasn't. Okay, and so now what we're going to do is we're going to stick this right in here. We want it lined up so you don't see it underneath. Okay, so and it basically will be centered. That should work. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put glue on. Come on, I need more glue. I'm not going to push it down though. So I'm going to center it just like that. And then I'm going to line it up so we can't see it's sticking out. Make sure it's somewhat straight in here. Again, I haven't pushed it down, so it's easy for me to manipulate. Hey, Claire. Hey, Elkie. Yeah, you heard the fireworks. We had them, and so did the other campground on the lake. They had the fireworks too. So there's 2 of them going. They were really good. And we played games with the family. It was fun. All right. It's somewhat straight, I think. And then we have one more little die cut. I'm gonna hide my dog hair that decided to join us, and I'm gonna put the bird up here. Just like that. See, you can always hide your mistakes. I can hear Millie outside of the office door. Okay, so hiding my boo-boo. I'm going to put this here, and I'm going to put the bird right here. You want to make sure he's not hanging over any edges. Otherwise, you won't be able to close your card. Okay. There we go. Now, do we want embellishments? What do you think? Get some embellishments on here. So there's our card. Cute. Oh, I like it. I love birds. Okay, let me look. What would go good? Nope. Sorry, can you guys see my mess? Some of these are retired, but trying to find, I don't want sparkly. Oh, these ones. I don't know if these are, those would look good. I don't know if those are still current. Or what are these ones? These ones I know are still current. Oh, they're heavy though. They're very similar, eh? These ones are the flowers. I'm going to use these ones because these ones are really heavy. Let's see. Is there anything else that jumps out at me? Oh, we could use the green. Okay, which one? Which do you guys think? these ones or the green ones. I think they both work. Let's go these. What do you think? Anyone answer before? There's a lag, but answer before I put them on. No. Okay. We're going with this. So I'll put one here. I will put one here. And Millie wants in. She spends the whole day while I'm working trying to get out. And then when I'm in here at night, she wants it. Go figure. All right. What do you guys think? Which one do you like? Do you like the peachier color or the dark stormy night one? They're both really pretty. This looks more like a sunset. This looks more stormy. All right. Let me turn you guys around. Thank you guys so much for watching and joining me. I appreciate that. So I may be on next week. I'm not sure yet. We'll see how the week goes. But I will be away for a few weeks after that. So hopefully I will see you next week. If not, have an amazing couple of weeks. You like the brown one? Or the brown embellishments? Yeah, I like the brown embellishments too. Sorry, I'm looking at my card. Okay, so have an amazing week. Thank you guys so much for joining me, and we will stamp together soon. Bye for now.